everyone. Today I want to show you two really great clarinets. They are both buffet clarinets. They are both B-flat soprano clarinets. One is an R13 Prestige and the other is an RC Prestige. And you may be wondering, what's the difference? Well, there are a couple physical differences we can talk about right off the bat. They have different bore dimensions down the inside of the clarinet, and that is going to impact the sound. It's going to help make them sound different from each other. The other thing is that on the R13 Prestige, at the bell, the wood outside the bell is like a little bit more rounded. Like if I was going to try to stand it up on something, it would feel like it would probably wobble, right? Because it's rounded right there. And then if I compare that to the RC Prestige, the wood on the outside of the bell is much more flat. So it feels like if I was going to stand this up on something, like it could maybe stand up and be solid, but you would never do that because you know that your clarinet needs to be on a stand whenever it's not in your mouth and not in the case. So definitely use your stand. The other thing I noticed is in the bell of the RC, there's a kind of a rather sudden spot where the bore flares out into the bell. So it's like the bore and then a more sudden spot where it flares. And then if I feel the same area in the R13 Prestige, I don't notice that. It's a much more smooth gradation out from the bore into the bell. So that's interesting. And we can leave it to our physics majors to tell us how that's going to affect the sound. I'm sure it has an effect on the sound. That's kind of neat. You may notice, if you look really close, these clarinets have these bands. So the bands are part of this great system. I got both of these clarinets from Lisa's Clarinet Shop, and I really can't say enough wonderful things about the Clarinet Shop and Lisa herself. And among the many things that are wonderful, one of them that I like a lot, I really like it a lot, is this band system. So when we talk about clarinet sound, we throw around words like full or big or dark or rich or bright or mellow. We have all these words that describe tonal properties. So the way this works is that the clarinets get played, their tonal properties are assessed, and then when you say, hey, I'm interested in playing a clarinet with these tonal properties, then you get sent the clarinets that match those tonal properties. And it's such a time saver. It also saves you a lot of frustration, believe me. So the idea behind this video is that I have two clarinets that are both the same brand, different model, but they both have the same band colors. If both of these clarinets have the same color bands, meaning they have roughly the same tonal properties, that's going to give us a really good idea of what the difference is between the models of the R13 and the RC. So a little bit about what I'm doing today. I literally just pulled out a reed. I did not fuss reeds. I did not try to select a mouthpiece that would optimize one or the other clarinet. I just used my mouthpiece that I use. I just used the ligature that I used. I put it all together and that was it. I pressed record. I did not alter the audio in any way. I didn't take a separate audio and then marry it with the video. This is just all kind of what you see is what you get, because that's what I want you to have, is just the bare truth. I think when you're shopping for a clarinet, one of the most important things you can do is play fast and slow and low and high, among many other things. So I tried to pick an excerpt of music that would kind of show you those things. I didn't want to pick something that was about showcasing me as a player. I wanted to pick something that is about showcasing the clarinets as instruments. So I ended up picking one of my favorite books, this book, and I'm doing part of the Carl Maria von Weber excerpts from here. So if you just want to look up that music, it's really great music. And I think that's all you need to know. And let's see what these two clarinets sound like. So I hope you heard some differences between the R13 Prestige and the RC Prestige. Again, they're both beautiful instruments. They both have a beautiful sound, just beautiful in different ways. So I hope this helps. Thank you for listening.